Welcome to Campaholics.
I'm Christy.
I'm Mandy.
And I'd rather be camping.
Here we go, another episode of Campaholics, but this time we have another special guest.
Especial.
Hello.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Wait. Be
I jumped
careful.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. How would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, I don't know. however you want to introduce me, I guess.
Just saying. Do you
want
want
to use like your real name?
Yeah, we can use my real name.
Cuz.
Who else? I mean, I could be anybody.
You can be anyone you want to be. Didn't your mom and dad tell you that?
Yeah. you can be
I think they told me that while I was camping.
All right. We have my cousin in the studio today. Welcome.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
Awesome.
Not just any cousin though. I feel like we heard a lot of stories about this specific cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I have two Brians in my life. My main Brian, which is my husband, and my cousin Brian.
Hello, I am Cousin Brian.
We will name you as Cousin Brian.
Cousin Brian.
All right.
Well, I brought with me gifts for you guys today, too.
Yeah.
The mustache.
And yes, you are.
Yes.
They're perfect.
Christy's wearing hers correctly.
Yeah.
It looks very good. Mandy forgot where mustaches go.
Unibrow.
They go around. They belong around a campfire, but they also belong on your upper lip. But she appears to have it above her eyebrows.
All I know is the first time we put mustaches on, you and I were camping, and I put mine on thinking this is going to be fine. This is going to be great. But then when I went to take it off, a layer of skin came off. So I learned my lesson.
Well, how long did you have it on
for like a long time.
I tried to buy the better quality mustaches, but I don't know if they make them or not. So
like the.
This is the story of our camp trip. Mustaches.
And I think the mustache has become like a camping tradition now. I mean, I
has.
feel like I cannot come camping
can't.
and not bring
Uh-huh.
fake mustaches
well-
because the last trip I missed bringing them, and there were some disappointed people, and I hurt because of that.
And on that note,
We were hurt too.
yeah, we were. On that note, I mustache you a question.
Oh,
But we'll shave it
nice
for later.
segue. Very nice.
Oh, well,
Oh.
we're glad that we've known you for a while, and you are a campaholic.
I am a campaholic.
And when was the last time you went camping?
I just went camping last weekend.
That's right.
No way.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Oh, yeah?
I saw you there.
Oh yeah, all three of us
you
were
too.
there.
Oh my goodness.
Without the mustaches.
Right.
So sorry.
But the better question is, when is your next camping trip?
Ooh.
Or have you not planned one yet?
Well, I have one coming up. I don't know if I'm allowed to say if I'm going or not.
Secret info.
It's a secret camping trip.
Secret trip.
Oh, that sounds fun. Do I know about this trip?
I think you invited me.
You kind of organized.
Wait, that sounded weird. Coming from a cousin, that shouldn't have been a whisper like that. Mandy,
that
you
mustache.
invited me.
Yeah, you're invited to all my camping trips. So not sure if it's a secret. Oh man.
Nice.
Well, how long have you been camping? Like, do you, as a child, can you remember the first time you went camping?
I cannot remember the first time I went camping because I think I probably came out of my mother's room and instantly went camping.
And next to one of her amazing campfires, I'm sure.
Absolutely. You couldn't be an Aunt Virgie camping fire.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I'm doing her proud on my fires.
You definitely are. You're keeping the tradition alive for
That's
sure.
good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah, that last one was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Mandy
Bonfire.
builds some incredible campfires.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because all we have to do is sit back and enjoy them. I mean, she finds the rocks and we show up and there's this little campfire ring that's maybe 2 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
And before Brian's done setting up the trailer, husband Brian, not this Brian, is done setting up the trailer. Mandy has an 8-foot diameter fire ring built. She's like a little worker bee, and all these rocks, and there's firewood all of a sudden, and everything else. And they're incredible fires every
I love
night.
it.
I may have a new occupation on my hands.
You could.
Hire me to your next camp trip, and I will rebuild your campfire.
I really think we should call you like the fire master
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
or
I
the
like-
ring master.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like Fire Master.
Fire
I've got
master.
that sticker.
Fire
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny because we're watching Ring of Power, and you know, it's just I don't know. Maybe I need to make a ring with fire on it or something.
Do it.
And then we'll throw it in the fire, and then it cannot be destroyed. Awesome. So can you think of some of your favorite camping memories growing up? I know we camped a lot together, and in one of our camp guest episodes with Kelly, we hit on a few things that we did as cousins
Like the
growing
plastic
up.
boo.
Oh.
Plastic boo, going into the forest, and your dog Sandy finding us.
Those were great days. Those were
Right?
great times. Yeah. I mean, there have been. I'm losing my mustache. Excuse me. There have been
Get yourself
so
together.
so many great camping memories growing up. From growing up, we used to always go up to Canyon Point Campground up on the rim.
Loop
That was
B.
it was about a mile down from Willow Springs, and we always it had two loops. It had a loop A and a loop B, and we always wanted to be on loop B because
it was where it's at.
it was just it was a
was where
big-
it's
totally, and it was a huge loop, and somehow between me and my sister and you 6 kids from your family and all the camping gear, our dads figured out how to get all 8 bicycles
Oh my God.
packed in those vehicles,
know.
and we would terrorize Loop B on our
But
bicycles.
this is the reason why
Oh,
we
it was
were.
great times.
This is the reason why we had to go 10 miles per hour up to the rim because we were so bogged down by all the weight and
I know,
stuff.
we were always wondering where you guys were. Are they here yet?
We were just like with our calls. We were like Red Rider, Pink Panther. But I'm glad we made it.
Yeah, I am too. I think some of my favorite memories of camping or my favorite times of camping are just the games.
Yes.
The games.
Yes.
And when you're camping, you have all sorts of time to just kind of sit and think about nothing except camping and
Spelling words.
Yeah, yeah. And just,
Counting cards.
well, and we've created quite a few fun games, and I
Yeah.
don't know if you've talked about
No,
some
so
of those yet.
I'm glad that you brought that up because we will be doing a game episode, but I did that
Oh.
was one of my
I'm not gonna
questions for
jump ahead.
No, I do want you to go ahead and share some of your favorite games.
Oh man. Well, I think our longest running game is our frisbee golf.
Oh yeah. that
Yeah.
one.
So we were out. I was at an Ace Hardware or whatever, and they had this stack of frisbees, and they were like $1 a piece. And I just bought them because they were $1 frisbees, and I started thinking about camping and what could we do with these. And I think maybe you guys we got up there camping, and you guys maybe had the roll of caution tape.
Yeah.
And somehow we created this game called frisbee golf, which
In the forest.
maybe you guys can explain a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, just
I
like
know
you-
Christy has partaken in the game.
Yeah.
quite a bit.
I try. I'm not that great, but I.
you are probably one of our recent newbies to frisbee golf, but now I wouldn't even call you a newbie because you've played it so much.
Yeah.
But coming into this game, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, at first, it's interesting because I've heard of disc golf, right? Like around Fountain Hills, people play it a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys have like your own version where you tied it to trees, but it's different because you guys are assholes and you pick the tiniest little tree where you can't fucking see it, or like this down log over here.
It's all about setting the course.
Or yeah, you guys. Someone needs to moderate your guys' course setup.
No,
though.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
It can't
of
be.
it.
It can't be easy because we have our sons and young people that come with us with their professional frisbees.
Right?
And if we choose just some straight tree out in the forest
Right.
100 yards away, they're gonna nail it every time. So we try to even the
Keep
field.
it even.
Yeah, so you pick a skinny tree that's maybe 3 inches in diameter, and maybe it's
Hey.
90 degrees behind the biggest oak in the forest, and you have to
Well, okay,
hit the
you
tree.
know,
Wait, and on our behalf, we did let the next generation help us pick the trees this last time. Hannah was helping, and I
Yes.
think we are raising her correctly because she picked some really hard
good.
targets.
I think, I was actually fine with the course until people kept showing up, and then we were throwing the Frisbee over trailers and trucks, and that's when I'm like, I can't.
The obstacles you don't foresee. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be a problem.
I'll be the person that breaks someone's window.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I think we've dented some trucks. So I know we've probably taken off the little vent caps of a trailer here or there with the Frisbee thrown a little
Right.
too hard. Yeah.
Well, and it's always fun because, one of the rules is play it where it lies.
Yeah.
And I ain't getting up on that trailer to throw it or climb a tree. But so we've had some obstacles we've had to try to get
My
those.
shoulder always hurts afterwards. I'm like,
I
why do
think
my
this could
arms-
be the root of my frozen shoulder.
it's too much for
it has caused numerous an injury. My dad can no longer play.
And not just your arms. I mean, we are walking through dense pine cones, rocks,
I've
and
seen
forests.
Brian fall a few times.
Oh, yeah.
I think I fell
Just
last
like-
weekend.
Yes.
I'm like,
It's dangerous,
Can
so
I
play
say
at
but?
your own risk. Yeah, so we try to pick 9 trees for 9 holes, and then you basically just count how many throws it takes to hit each tree. You tally it up. The person with the least amount of throws wins. Or like me, you try to get the highest
But
amount
I think
of throws.
I think what's really important about this game is the attire.
oh,
Yes.
And it does require a
yes.
mustache, and it does require knee-high socks.
And a fanny
Yes.
pack.
And a fanny pack.
and occasionally a sweatband.
Yeah. And sometimes Brian will break out his little his beer holder around his waist.
Oh yes, your husband.
Remember that?
Yes, with the dual straws coming out of his beer can. You must have alcohol, if old enough, to play frisbee golf.
Yeah.
Oh, and we've even attempted to play it at night in the past with our glow-in-the-dark
Yes.
frisbee.
I
Yes.
want to play at night.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
No, it's fine.
Let's do it.
Scary.
Next trip, I'm there.
Definitely. Definitely.
Let's go camping now.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. See ya.
See ya. Thank you for the podcast. Good night.
Oh, but yeah, that's just one of the many games. I know we are very competitive, so
You and me?
yeah, I guess a little
No.
bit.
Yeah, we saw you guys playing Super Big Boggle at like 7 a.m.
No.
Yeah, that's not competitive because Mandy always wins Super Big Boggle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah,
It's all about the spelling. We like Scrabble too, so
yes.
we'll have tournaments with
I mean,
that.
what better thing to? Well, there's a lot of good things to do camping, but games are.
I really thought I was smart until I met you guys. And I was like, I don't know words.
I can't speak well.
Ayers are can't spell.
That's why you're in on the redneck Scrabble game, okay?
That's why I just build the latrine, right? Like, just dig that hole, Christy.
Oh
That's
my
why
gosh.
you were asking about if you could bring a dictionary camping.
Oh my gosh.
Not allowed.
Oh man. So we obviously do our dispersed camping. That's
Yes.
that's fun. I prefer the dispersed camping, but I really like to see what's out there. Campgrounds, national parks, state parks. Have you had a favorite place that you visited recently or you want to go visit? Something that's
man.
kind of caught your attention?
I mean, I've been in KOA campgrounds. I've been in just privately owned campgrounds and stuff, and I don't think I've ever camped in a national park, like actually in the park. And I think that could be on my list because I just a couple of months ago I went to Sequoia, Kings Canyon, and Yosemite.
I want to
Sign me up. I'll
I
camp
wanna go
there. Anybody at Yosemite listening? Brian Benzing, I would love to camp at your campground.
Well, we were just talking about that, and I'm like, I want to go to Yosemite. I want to see
I
that.
want to go somewhere.
I want to go
Right?
somewhere.
It doesn't matter.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, state parks. I know we've camped in a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. National park. I know when we went to Yellowstone once, we camped outside of the park. One of the best places we camped was near the Grand Tetons at Coulter Bay.
That was awesome.
The lake is like glass. It's so pretty.
I think anytime you can camp around water, whether it be a
Yes.
lake or a
River.
river, a stream, a creek,
Yeah.
it being from Arizona, there's not a lot of
Yeah.
that here.
Yeah.
So when you get that opportunity, it just adds that next level of
Mhm.
serenity.
Yes.
It's so nice just to hear the water flowing in the morning
Yeah.
and it not be your cooler leaking
Right.
or a leak under the sink in the trailer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So camping is definitely therapy. It's therapeutic. So.
Yeah. What's your favorite camping meal
Ooh.
Oh man.
or snack? Do you
Please
have,
do
like,
not say the fried spam.
We did do fried spam one
Yeah.
time. I mean, it's hard to beat camping. Okay, so I'm gonna say two. One, hot dogs because they're easy.
Sure.
Obviously, you
Mhm.
get some coals and cook them. But then recently we've been doing like quesadillas or just tortilla and cheese and some
Yeah.
shredded chicken or green chilies. And
Uh-huh.
I'm all about the easy food while camping and the
Yes.
easy cleanup. Cheese crisp, you don't even need a plate. So it's just a hot dog. You don't need a plate.
Just put it
So,
in my mouth.
Yes, yes.
Sit
So
by the fire.
I think that's my favorite food. Anything
Shut up and
easy.
eat the wiener.
Oh.
Well, and even you can put a quesadilla in foil and just pop it on the fire.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And
Yeah.
anytime you can cook on the fire, right? How fun.
definitely.
How back to our roots is that?
Going back to our roots. That's right. Oh man, definitely. I keep trying to fix my glasses, but it's really my mustache. That's
your
now my
unibrow
unibrow.
stash.
Oh,
Your unistache.
my unistache.
Christy's lost hers. It's probably
It's
stuck
there-
in her hair.
No, it's right here. I
Oh,
put
there
it.
it is. It's
Yeah.
now on the microphone. Nice.
Yeah, it's fun, the little traditions and the funny things that people come up with in their own groups. I know we have a lot with ours, and we just got done talking about our little dusty guy, adults at play.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
add a mustache to him.
I'm surprised he doesn't have one.
I
Well,
know.
and you explain that's like how we mark the spot for the people
Yes.
that come up, and
Yeah, it's easy for them to find.
and it's the same thing every time. so
Yeah,
we know
and
where
then
we
the
are.
people we really don't want to camp with us, we just take them down for
Yeah,
the
we hug-
night, and
we
then we're
hug.
like, they'll find us maybe
Oops.
eventually. Quick, put Dusty out. Someone's coming. I want them to camp with us.
Well, speaking of that, I think we all kind of have pet peeves at the campsite, or maybe you've seen a camper do something, you're like, that's just fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is it, Brian?
well, yeah, of course. I mean, there's the given. If you get up there and you get your spot,
Yeah.
it's the whole camp etiquette of give some space.
Yes.
Yeah, the ones that camp like right on top of you when there's a whole forest
Yes.
out
Right.
there. Yes,
get the
and then they
hint.
play their music all night. That's the worst.
Right. It's so annoying.
And my other pet peeve is just burying your toilet paper, please. and what you used the toilet paper for.
Yes.
So while we're going out and playing frisbee golf, we don't step in it.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this on
The
our
ideal.
Leave No Trace.
I did hear
Yeah.
that one. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, seriously, people, we don't want to see that. Okay, bury it.
No, they're just flinging it up in the. Whoop.
Right? How'd that get in the tree? I think
Or
was
my
what it was
dog
called,
would
right?
roll in it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't have the means to be giving my dog a bath in the middle of the woods.
No.
But yeah, I have though.
Have you ever seen Bigfoot?
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Oh, but he saw you.
I did see a bear.
Kind of counts.
That's right. Tell us about your bear. Well, we've seen a few, but the one that I think you're referring to, you were having a nice alone time.
I was burying something in the woods.
You were leaving no trace.
Or getting ready to bury something in the woods and just peacefully out there and maybe 50 feet, 70 feet away, a little bear just comes walking by and I did not know what to do. Do I pull up and run? Do I finish? Do I do the paperwork? I don't know.
As you were thinking about leaving no trace, he was thinking about leaving no trace of you.
I don't know what he was. Yeah, I don't know. It was scary, but it wasn't scary. It was actually really, really cool. I would love to see more bears and wildlife, skunks, different things in the
Yeah, because
in
you
the
came
woods.
back to the campsite, and I think if I remember right, you took a fish out there where you thought you saw him,
Oh
and you put
my
it on a
God.
stump because you wanted him to come
You're
back.
like baiting
Well,
the bear.
I wanted everybody to see the bear.
Oh, that's a typical Brian response. There's a bear. Quick, go get something.
Oh my God.
Bring him back into camp.
You got to share the experiences.
I know, right?
Sure.
Oh, that's funny. You remember the time when I think we were camping near Alpine, and it was pitch black. And we were like, let's go out on the road and let's see how far we're brave enough to go. And we were all huddled. And
No
we were
flashlights.
It was
No headlights.
I had never seen darkness
No
like
moon.
that before.
Oh my God.
I think we got 10 feet away from the campfire.
What was that sound?
Quick, go back.
And I'm sure it was one of the kids throwing a rock in the
Right.
field,
Or
but it scared the
something.
crap out of us, and we didn't
Yeah.
last very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's amazing.
I mean, if we go back to like cooking and everything else in the forest, when we were on our camp trip last week,
Yeah.
you had this sweet little camp kitchen, and you guys
Yeah.
made your
Yep.
own little camp cooking fire.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
Christy and her
did.
son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it was nice because he cooked one night. So, like, he built
Yeah.
the fire and then he grilled the hamburgers and the hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I just stood there.
That's nice. Right?
That's nice.
Supervised.
Right?
I
Right?
like that.
And I
How
like-
to get your kids to cook. Take them camping.
And they love to play
Yeah.
with fire.
Right? Right?
They're all pyros.
Right?
Well, yeah, because then also your little campfire then didn't go into my big campfire.
Exactly.
So I was like, you can cook while I build the bonfire.
Exactly. I think Reese finally learned his lesson that if he wants that, like, he just
Yeah.
don't build into Mandy's, just get your own.
Right.
No, nobody's allowed to touch Mandy's fire ring. Yeah, you're gonna not get invited the next time.
I mean, as long as you contribute to the firewood pile, I have no issue with you throwing
I don't
wood
know.
on
I
the
think
fire.
I think Christy and I contributed firewood.
a little
the
bit
last
at
time,
least.
but I don't.
Definitely.
I don't think we
Definitely.
were allowed to put any of the wood in. Yeah.
I don't recall ever saying no to anybody
Yeah, I don't
except my
think-
sister
Well,
when she told me no.
I feel like she was asking just to be a pain in the ass.
Well, you got to do that when you're camping too. You
I
can't.
know.
It can't be all fun and games.
Nah,
You got to
you
give
gotta-
the
Yes,
little.
it can be
No,
all
no,
fun
no,
and
no. You
games.
got to give the little digs here and
Well, you
there.
gotta fuck
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
siblings.
Yeah, yeah. Or the new campers.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
Did you guys connect your black hose and try to connect it up to the? I mean, you should put it up over a rock and a log
Yeah.
to. I mean, you got to mess with everybody.
Right.
Uh,
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of campers that trip, and it was fun because we brought back some of the old school games like telephone,
Oh my.
which now should be called
Oh.
cell phone, but that was definitely a fun time to
Game
mess
still
with
stresses
people.
me out.
Yeah, I
don't like
think we could. I think we could bring it back for that last trip, but it needs
Yeah,
to
I
go
know.
away again.
It
I'm
was
not
pretty-
taking any more calls.
I was surprised.
I don't think they use operators anymore.
I was surprised how many people did get involved in that.
I know, that was
everybody,
impressive.
everybody did. That was a
Yeah.
good time.
I think it was mainly because we didn't have to like
Yeah.
stand up
Right.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
really think about much.
Uh-huh. Oh man.
So something that was kind of cool and eye-opening to me on that trip, and maybe to other campers too, is I've camped in a trailer for the past 4 or 5 years or so.
Uh-huh.
Kitchen, bathroom, shower, bed, lights,
TV,
TV,
microwave.
radio, microwave, all the amenities,
Right.
and I didn't have access to that this last trip.
Yeah.
And I went on Amazon. I got myself a little air mattress. The
Yeah.
weather was perfect, so it worked for this trip. But I had my bare minimum of what I needed:
Right.
food, clothes, and somewhere to sleep. And I was able to set up the back of my truck
Yeah.
and sleep under the stars, which made me think, you can go camping anytime with just
Right.
the bare minimum stuff.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Let's back up a little bit. Before you went
Yeah.
to sleeping under the stars, how many times did we rearrange that tarp of yours?
Well,
No, that was fun. but
that
I'm
was a
just
mess.
saying.
So I've got a ladder rack on the back of my truck, and I was gonna buy a tent for this camp trip, and a friend of mine said, "Dude, why are you buying a tent? You already got a rack on your truck. Just throw a tarp over it, and it's like a tent on the back of your truck."
Insta-tent.
Instant tent. So I went, I bought tarps, and husband Brian helped this guy, cousin Brian, try to put the tarp over the back of my truck, and it just looked so, am I allowed to say
Yeah.
white trash? I mean, it looked bad.
It looked like
It was horrible.
It reminded me of our dads.
Oh shoot! Sorry, Dad, if you're listening. I think I just called you white
No,
trash.
not in the sense that white. Let me back that up. It reminded me of our dads because
Yes.
they would,
Yes.
because later in their years they still wanted to camp with us. They had their vehicles and they made do with what they had.
Yeah.
And so it just reminded me that they
Totally.
were trying to, get involved, and I appreciate that because yes, although it may look like little white trashy, it's like they're still there out there doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
at that age, I hope I can do at least that
Yeah.
because I want to camp as long as I
Right,
can.
right. Well, and what I
Yeah.
found too with that tarp was it was still warm. Like down here in Phoenix, it
Yeah.
was 138 degrees or whatever. So up in the woods, it was like 90 in the day,
Yes.
and the tarp it turned it into like
An
a-
oven.
sauna.
an oven. Yeah, it was like us being wrapped in aluminum foil in the fire. So because
we were burritos for the bears.
I would have been a burrito. So the weather, there was no chance of rain or
Yeah.
anything like that. So it just presented an opportunity to sleep under the stars again. And
Yeah.
it was just so pretty.
Yeah.
Just to lay there throughout the night and
Mhm.
watch the stars
Yeah.
move across the sky, see shooting stars. But
Yeah.
it totally made me think, you don't have to
Yeah.
have all the latest gear.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a trailer. You just need a reason and some
Right.
friends, and
Yeah.
go spend some time in
That's
the
it.
woods.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I think there are a lot of campers that they camp different at different times and seasons of their life. Like we obviously did tent camping, then we had it pop up, then we went to a trailer. But for those who are looking either back to go downsizing or do something different or camp off road, it's interesting how you've kind of done all those and then now have gone back to that, and it's still amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's still the same amount of fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice to shower. And I did get spoiled having a toilet that I didn't have.
Right.
But you still cope. You do.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
not
Or you just wear diapers.
Huzzah.
Well, okay, so all right, so I found the next best camping thing too. So obviously we all know about dude wipes or butt
Yeah,
wipes or whatever. Awesome for camping,
Right.
and throw them in your trash, whatever, bury them, do whatever with them.
Don't
But
fling them in the tree.
don't fling them and don't leave them on top of the ground. But they make like face ones and body ones too.
Uh-huh.
So if you don't have a shower or access to a whole lot of water,
Yeah.
bring a pack or two of those.
Right.
I felt when I got home from the trip, I didn't feel as clean as when I left, but
Right.
I felt pretty
Decent.
clean. It was pretty
Not
nice.
like Daisy Fresh, but
Yeah. I mean, I could give my mom a hug and she'd still hug me.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man.
that's perfect.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah, so we're
we're wearing mustaches on our foreheads.
and having the time of our life. All right. Yeah, I think
Talking about camping.
I think what's happening here, everybody, is a glimpse of PCD, which we're going to go into in another camping episode, post-camping disorder. So we're kind of coming down from that, from talking about camping even. So we'll definitely get into that later. But again, we are just so glad that we had our guest with us today in the studio. We hope we made you comfortable. Now, not every guest is going to get biscuits and gravy, but
That was awesome. Thank you, husband Brian. And Dutch Bros coffee.
yeah.
I'm
Woo-woo.
spoiled. Woo! Dutch Bros, if you're listening, this is the Christy and Mandy
So yeah,
podcast.
again,
Hook them up.
we do want to have other campers on and interview you, whether you've been camping for a day, a year, or 40 years.
And yes, these two lovely ladies. Yes, one's my cousin, and yes, she's a lovely lady. But these two lovely ladies just made this fun. I was all nervous and not knowing. And
Yeah. But you brought the mustaches and you broke the ice. So
gotta break the
perfect.
ice.
Perfect. And here we are. So we want you guys to email us, follow us. We are on Instagram. I'd rather be camping with a K @gmail.com. So don't forget to keep listening in. We definitely are going to keep encouraging your addiction of camping.
Absolutely.
So
Bring
yeah.
more mustaches.
yes, don't forget your
Hey,
mustaches.
try that if you haven't tried that. Take a mustache, one of those peelable mustaches, to your campground and just see what kind of reaction you guys
Just
get.
sit down at the fire pit
Yeah.
without saying a word.
Just act
Right.
normal.
Yeah.
Just whip it
Act
out.
natural.
Whip it out.
The mustache, ladies and gentlemen. This is a family show.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have to trim this.
Don't trim too much.
Okay.
And on that note, I think we should say goodbye.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Adios.